I always use a rule of thumb. If your urine looks like Gatorade bottle or like a tennis ball, you definitely should start thinking about increasing your hydration. Right?
That's a good look.
Yeah, don't want to look like a neon tennis ball. Whoop, there we go. Surf talk. There we
It's a
go.
little windy.
It is windy. We're dealing with the elements here. Number 2, people always say abs are made in the kitchen, but abdominals are made in the gym. They're made visible by the kitchen. Talk more about sensible usage of your macros. Good afternoon, everyone. PC here at Gravity and Oxygen Fitness with our rock star Dylan Foss. How are you, bud?
Good.
Good to see you. We're here for another partly cloudy version of Turf Talk Tuesday, so bear with us with the weather. But today's topic is one that applies to the time of year, even though we get it year-round here in Florida, summertime. And as we now approach the longest day of the year next week, we want to talk about 10 summer fitness tips to help you get through the summer from a nutrition standpoint, exercise standpoint, and if you're going on vacation, helpful hints while you're away, correct?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Any initial thoughts before we get into our top 10 list?
I mean, just because it's summer doesn't mean we should push the envelope too much, right? We should take care of ourselves all the time.
Right.
But if we want to maybe go from 90% to 95, I think it makes sense in the summer. So.
Correct. People feel the need to get in shape to have that summer body, correct?
Yes, exactly.
Right. Even though we hold ourselves 24/7 every day of the year.
yeah, valid.
So without further ado, let's get into some basic, simple principles for your summer tips. Number 1, it's hot outside. Stay hydrated.
Yes, absolutely. Extra water.
Absolutely. Water is the source of life, and with the increased humidity, it's difficult for you to be able to shed that body heat due to the wet humidity on your skin. So thinking about proper electrolyte balance, right? Having plenty of electrolytes with your water, drinking enough quantity of water. What's your normal go-to when it comes to ounces of water that you like to talk about?
So I usually go to 2/3 of your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 150 pounds, hey, I'm
Come on,
just
bro.
saying, man.
I'm a little more than that.
So if he weighs 150 pounds, then you take 2/3 of his body weight in pounds, would be 100, and you make that into an ounces number. So his minimal should be about 100 ounces per day.
There you go. Awesome. Good to know. And then also, how do you know if you're drinking enough water? Well, certainly looking at your urine color is a big part when it comes to its coloration. Talk more about that.
Yeah, so we have this spectrum of excretion colors, I guess you could say, right?
The panel.
Yeah, going all the way from that dark burgundy, which is a
Not good.
big no-no. That means that you are in a catabolic state for sure, and you need to definitely do something, call somebody, get some help.
Right.
All the way to the spectrum of yellow and that gold color somewhere in the middle, and then transitioning into a fully clear urine.
Right, clear urine.
So,
Exactly. I always use a rule of thumb. If your urine looks like Gatorade bottle or like a tennis ball, you definitely should start thinking about increasing your hydration. Right?
a good look.
Yeah, don't want to look like a neon tennis ball. Whoop, there we go. Surf talk. There we
It's a
go.
little windy.
It is windy. We're dealing with the elements here. Number 2, people always say abs are made in the kitchen, but abdominals are made in the gym. They're made visible by the kitchen. Talk more about sensible usage of your macros.
Yeah, so you definitely, just from an animal standpoint, in the winter, colder weather, colder nights, you're meant to eat more foods that would help you pack on
Insulation.
some insulation. So in the summer, it's ideal to get rid of that insulation from the winter, and that comes down to breaking down your macros, maybe getting a little bit more lean protein, a little less simple carbohydrates,
Right.
more essential whole foods, and then definitely eating things that are common during that season, right? So that makes a big point, and making sure you continue to get your healthy fats.
Absolutely.
I always say like a basis would be 50% carbohydrates, 30% fats, 20% protein.
Sounds good. So there you go. With a nice segue to our third nutrition principle for the summer would be let vegetables be thy friend.
Yes.
I like to say to you that no one has ever said, wow, I've got vegetable poisoning.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you can't eat too much of those.
Can't eat too much of those. So if you are leaning towards your carbohydrates and 50% of your overall macro intake being carbohydrates, let vegetables be thy friend when it comes to that point.
Fruits and vegetables, because fruits, like I was alluding to, not really as much a part of that macro conversation, but fruits are the main thing that we think of as a seasonal produce for the summer. So making sure that you're taking advantage of those fresh fruits and vegetables that you can get access to and
Right.
grow yourself.
Pineapples, kiwis, cantaloupes, honeydews, all those.
Mangoes,
Mangoes,
absolutely.
exactly. Very good. Awesome. Number 4, guys, let's talk about the next bullet points about exercise, all right? Hit your workouts well, and when we mean hit, we mean with 2 eyes.
Yeah.
Cool. So studies have shown that high-intensity interval training, even in short bouts of 10 to 30 minutes, can produce that afterburn effect of caloric burn long after the workout is over. Touch on that.
I mean, goes down to what everyone knows as Tabata, which was just a research study to start, right?
Correct.
So someone doing 4 minutes of high-intensity interval training versus someone doing 30 minutes of low-intensity cardiovascular training, they see better results doing that high intensity, come back down to a rest, go back at it again. So you don't need a ton of time.
Right.
You just need good intention and some awareness of what you can do with the space you have. So.
There's plenty of resources to look at short burst, high intensity workouts, and they're great for when you are on the road and you're pinched for time, whether you're staying in a hotel. Something that you can do, you can pre-plan ahead of time before you go on vacation that you have already going for the hotel, maybe primarily bodyweight based, because when you go to the hotel, you don't know exactly what equipment is in said gym. So, but if you know if you have your body weight, you have the most important piece of equipment
Absolutely.
ever invented. How about bringing travel-friendly equipment? So I'm a big fan of resistance bands and jump rope. So I've got my resistance for bands for the training for strength, and then I've got my jump rope for a little bit of cardio. They slide right into a nice compartment of your suitcase, no matter the size, and I'm highly effective.
Yeah.
Versatile, right?
Yeah, something like mini bands, right? Super bands,
Right.
resistance bands.
TRX could be in there,
TRX, NT loops, maybe a rope flow rope, which
Correct.
you can also do.
Right.
Jump rope with. So.
Right. The magic trifecta is that it's lightweight, it's versatile, and it's travel friendly, and it's effective. Okay. So I literally have brought TRX with me to Spain and to China. So I've used them for highly effective reasons as well. How about developing personal accountability throughout your summer? Perhaps you have a workout buddy that you can always meet and set that workout date for, but then also thinking about devices as well, the way we can quantify the metrics of our performance.
Absolutely.
So a workout buddy is a great thing, especially if they're going with you, or if they're also going on separate vacations. At least you can keep yourself accountable. Hey, did you work out while you were on the beach in the
Yeah.
Keys, or did you go to the mountains and hike? So that way you're keeping that buddy system
Something
going.
like send a picture, right? Or check in on a week-to-week basis. Or like you said, if you're going on vacation with somebody, a spouse, a family member,
Right.
a friend, say, all right, we're committing to at least 3 workouts over this 7-day period, something like that.
Exactly. Well said. And we talked about devices. So I have a Garmin watch on. This is great for using as a pedometer for counting my number of steps per day. Also can use it for heart rate monitoring, and you can see your caloric burn based upon that. So we have the Whoop strap, we have the Apple iPhone, the iWatch, and we have the MyZone here at our facility. Plenty of ways to keep track of your metrics of your summer performance workouts. Cool. Now let's talk about, you're now on vacation, you're on the road, you've left home, you're mobile. What do you do to stay accountable? Number 1, smart food choices. My wife loves to pre-pack, almost in a miniature suitcase, all the snacks that we're going to take with us when we go somewhere. So that could be nuts, food bars, electrolyte powders. Let's talk about making smart choices before you pay twice the amount when you go to the airport.
Yes, valid. You don't want to end up in the Starbucks line at the airport because you're hungry and you end up with some crappy food and a sugary drink, right? You definitely want to prepare. I've definitely brought full sandwiches in my carry-on and had, an awesome meal while I'm on the plane, because especially if you're on a long flight, you don't want to get caught up in the travel times to the airport, then getting on the airplane, then flying, then getting off the airplane, and then you're like,
You're
eating-
impulsive eating. You want to
yes,
eat. Exactly.
whatever you see as soon as you get to that hotel room or to that
Right.
Airbnb, you're all over it.
The pleasure center of the brain takes over for the function center of the brain.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely. Now you've arrived at your destination. Now we always recommend pre-scouting the restaurants of the place you're going to. So perhaps you can start investigating, are there healthy salads, seafood options, all those kind of dynamics involved. So that's an idea too, pre-planning your meals ahead of time by doing your research.
Yeah, just understanding that you got to make the best decision possible with wherever you're going to go. Obviously, you're not going to the vegan juice bar every time you go out to a restaurant in a new city. But make the best possible choice. Understand that there's always a way to make the meal healthier. And then watch what you have on the side of that meal, too.
Because with food, there's also
Drinks.
drink. So choose your spirits wisely,
Yes.
okay? So you may be looking at that menu for the fancy specialty drinks and having that slippery mongoose, right? With the little umbrella in it or the mongoose in it, exactly. So if you're going to choose between liquor, beer, or wine, perhaps liquor in small quantities, such as a shot, might be your best choice because you have less sugar content and then less empty calories than the beer or the wine. Now, if you are going to go liquor route, the best advised alcohol would be tequila because the other ones are potato starch-based alcohols.
Yes, very sugary, very hard for the body to break down. Tequila being the best option. So choose
Absolutely.
wisely. Right?
Exactly, there you
Number
go.
8, choose wisely.
Well said. Now, understanding that fitness is a lifestyle and not simply a hobby, maybe you're pre-scouting things to do actively while you're away. So maybe you're looking at a gym, you've heard about it at City, or maybe you're bringing, like we said, your equipment with you. So as long as you're pre-planning your activity, then you're maintaining that frame, your body, feeling good, and then that way you're staying active and really staying true to that fitness lifestyle.
Yeah, maintain activity levels. You feel better, you get dopamine release, you get all the good serotonins and all of those things when you do exercise and you move around. So whether it's 5 minutes in the morning when you wake up before you go on your day's adventure, or 10 minutes before you decide to go out to eat and eat a bunch of crap because it's that day of the week and you ate good the rest of the days. It depends. Have some balance and realize that you shouldn't judge yourself because you are on vacation, but make the best choices possible because in the long term, you don't want to get back from your vacation and be like, I need a vacation, I feel terrible.
That's right.
No one wants that.
The journey is the destination, so that's the most important and 10th and final summer fitness tip point is the fact that, listen, you've worked hard to have fun. Let's not get overboard with losing everything you've worked hard for. Make it sensible, make smart choices, everything in quantities, but tie all in the exercise, tie in the smart eating with your trip and don't fall overboard.
Yeah, no, great point. Meet some new people, try some new things, and that includes some different exercises or places to do so while you're out on your journey.
Well said. So on behalf of everyone here at Gravity in Action, we hope you enjoyed our 10 summer fitness tips. Be on the lookout for next week's edition of Turf Talk Tuesday. On behalf of Dylan, myself, and the entire team here, let's go. Good energy always wins. We'll see you next week.
Adios. All right.